A feeling of fear and anger, or a feeling of protection. Now, the thing is, people can get confused by the two. Now, I know it's weird to think that people can actually be confused by anger and protection. But in my personal experience, I've done this in the past, and I've seen people do it as well. People can set up a false sense of protection by building up anger. Now, that seems really weird, and it seems like, why would you do that? How does that happen? But it's actually easier than you think to do it. So, my proposal is to stop being afraid. Face your fear. Whatever it is, if it's a crush that you've been wanting to talk to for a long time, an activity that you have been doubting yourself of doing because you're scared you won't be good at it. Now, the thing is with these activities, there's two things I just mentioned. They can both go horribly wrong. But if they go horribly wrong, it's better than thinking forever if your crush actually likes you. Never knowing if you'd be good at that sport, that activity that you've always wanted to do, but you're just scared of. Or it could go amazing. Your crush could say yes, because they realize how wonderful of a person you are. And if they don't recognize that, well, they're not the best person for you. The activity, it could go really well, you could be really good at it, or you might have to start building it up. And if you're not good at the activity, that's okay. That just means it isn't meant for you. But don't give up on it instantly. You have to keep trying and pushing hard on this activity before you give up on it. Because if you're trying to go and just, how do I put it? If you're trying to go and make a false sense of protection by getting angry at someone and just not doing what you want to do by that activity or that crush, you might get scared when you're around them. And you wanna, if you've had experiences in the past where you've had people in your life betray you, it feels like. And I'm gonna be honest, that's never okay. But you can't take it out on other people. And the most important thing is, though, you can't take it out on yourself. If people betray you and it's not your fault, you have to recognize it's not your fault. And if it is your fault, then you'll have to rise above it. It's a hard journey through life. But I can promise you, as long as you try your hardest, anyone can get through life. You just gotta try and be there for others, be there for yourself. Because if you can't be there for others or be there for yourself, is there really a point? But the thing is, even if you can't at the moment, you can. If you just try hard enough. And you can't just sit there and hope everything gets okay, gets better by itself. If something's going wrong in your life, do something about it. Because life doesn't fix itself nearly as much as we want it to. To be fair, it can in some cases. But not every case is going to be like, oh, you have this problem? Oh, let me fix that real fast. Let me fix that. Because life doesn't life doesn't really like to, how do I put it? Life doesn't life doesn't have any mercy. I'm young, I know that. But I've already discovered that in my life. If you go check out my other video about my story, you will tell that life has no mercy on me so far. But that's okay. Because if mercy is something that you need, if you're not Christian, I'm sorry, but you gotta go to God. That's the answer to that problem, but it's the answer to every problem, but if you're not Christian and you don't believe that, there's other ways. But the easiest way is to God. That's what I truly believe. But as you've seen in my last video, if you're a returning viewer, God doesn't hate you if you are LGBTQ plus, if you're trans, if you've done something wrong in your life and you think it's unforgivable, you can always be forgiven by a good act. And I'm sorry, but if you can't fix yourself and you just keep beating down other people, you're beating down yourself, you're never gonna get to the place you all want to be. It's a sad truth, but it's the true one. Now, if you're not Christian, and I know probably a good amount of you guys are, or not, or whichever one, I don't know you personally, I don't know your life, but I can tell you this. Believe him or not, God will always be helping you. I truly believe that. And if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but everyone's wrong sometimes, and this is something I'd rather be wrong with and take the risk. I'd rather be right and take the risk of being wrong than be wrong and take the risk of being wrong and going to hell. That's the truth. My name is Bryce Grimes, and you just watched Bryce Grimes Talks. Thank you. Good night, or good morning, whichever one you have.